Jungkook gripped the edge of the dining table, his fingers turning white as the audio feed streamed directly into his ear. His jaw was clenched so tightly that a prominent vein throbbed on his temple. Inside the car, Taehyung's flustered, high-pitched voice echoed through the transmitter. "Shut up, Hanul. I am absolutely not telling you anything, so stop whining." "It's no use." Hanul pouted dramatically, shifting gears as he navigated the morning traffic. "Oh, come on. Why? I'm your best friend, aren't I? Just give me something." "Fine, you don't have to give me the graphic details. Just give me the highlight reel." Taehyung sighed, completely defeated by his friend's relentless pestering. "Fine, yesterday, my seduction plan. Well, it worked. It worked really well." Listening to this, Jungkook's eyes narrowed into a lethal glare. A dangerous mix of possessive anger and dark irritation flared inside him. How can this boy share a private bedroom life with a guy we are literally tracking as a potential threat? Jungkook thought, his chest heaving. He wanted to storm out, drag Taehyung out of that car, and lock him away from the world. But he had to force himself to sit still and listen. And what was the result? Hanul practically squealed in the car. We got intimate," Taehyung whispered, his voice incredibly small and shy. "Oh my god." Hanul shrieked so loudly that Jungkook had to flinch and pull the earbud slightly away from his ear. "You lost your virginity. Oh my god, congratulations, Taehyung. This is historic." "Shut up. Stop talking nonsense, seriously." Taehyung whined, covering his burning face with his hands. "What do you mean nonsense? First of all, Jeon Jungkook is your boyfriend, and you actually successfully seduced him. What kind of massive achievement that is? You clearly don't understand. TAE. There isn't a single person in South Korea who wouldn't want to be in your shoes right now. The man is filthy rich, blindingly handsome, smart, and holds absolute power. You have no idea how incredibly lucky you are." Downstairs in the hall, a slow, dark, and highly conceited smirk began to ghost over Jungkook's lips. Hearing the stranger list, his traits made his ego swell, but his eyes remained locked on the tabletop. Taehyung let out a soft, genuine laugh through the receiver. "Yeah, I know. I know he is. How many times are you going to remind me?" "Okay, then answer me this." Hanul leaned in slightly, his voice dropping into a gossipy low tone. "How is he in bed? Like, is he just okay, good? Or is he as jaw-droppingly wild and sexy as he is? Come on, tell me." At that exact question, Jungkook's entire posture froze. His breath hitched. Suddenly, the Mafia boss found himself intensely focused, desperately wanting to know the answer. "Let's see what my baby thinks of me," Jungkook thought, his heart thumping hard against his ribs. Taehyung stayed completely silent, blushing so hard his ears were turning purple. "Are you seriously just going to nod your head and blush?" Hanul groaned in frustration. "Give me real words, TAE. Or should I just assume that you didn't enjoy last night at all?" Whack. "Ouch!" Hanul yelped as Taehyung punched his shoulder. "You are so incredibly shameless, do you know that?" Taehyung scolded, his voice trembling with embarrassment. "And you are shy for absolutely no reason. Just tell me." Hanul chuckled. Taehyung took a deep, shaky breath. He looked out the window, a soft, incredibly beautiful, and deeply enamored smile spreading across his lips as he thought about the previous night. He is exactly like how he is in real life," Taehyung whispered softly, his voice dripping with pure devotion and love. "Incredibly strong, dominant, but so breathtakingly romantic. Honestly, Hanul, I never thought a man could be that intense yet so gentle at the same time. It's like he knew exactly what I wanted, what I needed, and he spent the entire night making sure I was completely comfortable and safe. I am just so incredibly happy with him. Oh my god, it feels so perfect that it scares me. I feel like if something goes wrong, I'll break. I can literally never forget last night. It was so amazing." Taehyung paused, his voice dropping into a tiny, completely embarrassed whimper. "But you know what the worst part is? This morning, I could barely even stand on my own two legs. My thighs were shaking so badly I was literally limping." Down at the dining table, Jungkook's stoic facade completely shattered. A massive, deeply satisfied, and incredibly wicked grin broke across his face. Hearing Taehyung openly confess how thoroughly ruined and happy he was from their night together sent a rush of pure, possessive euphoria straight to Jungkook's core. He bit his lower lip, trying his absolute best to force the massive smile off his face so Yoongi and Jimin wouldn't tease him to death. Failing to maintain his cold, mafia boss demeanor, Jungkook abruptly stood up from the dining table. Without saying a single word to his confused tech crew, he turned on his heel and walked with long, hurried steps straight back toward his room, his shoulders shaking slightly with a triumphant, proud laugh. Left at the table, J-Hope and Yoongi exchanged a knowing look, while Jimin pouted. "Great," Jimin muttered. "Now the boss looks like a happy idiot, and we are still stuck with the dishes." The atmosphere inside the hidden base had shifted from tense to lethal. The air was thick with the hum of servers, and the low, urgent murmur of tactical talk. Yoongi was deep in conversation with his associates, closing the net on the traitor Minjae, while Jimin frantically scanned through decrypted intelligence files. Jungkook had been on a secure line for nearly 20 minutes, his face a mask of cold, hard stone. When he finally hung up, he signaled for Hoseok. Hoseok pulled up a high-resolution image on his primary monitor. It showed a younger Hanul standing with his parents. "Boss," Hoseok began, his voice tight. "I dug through the deepest government archives. Hanul's father was a deep-cover operative for Korea in the US. The Americans caught wind of it, they made sure he and his wife were silenced in a staged car accident. The Korean government scrubbed everything to avoid an international incident. That's why there's zero trace of them on official records." Jungkook's eyes narrowed, processing the betrayal, Suddenly, a sharp, rhythmic pinging sound sliced through the quiet room. Boss! Hoseok's fingers flew across the keyboard. That burner phone number we recovered from the trailer park just pinged. It's active. It's the same location as before, right near Taehyung's college. Jungkook straightened, his jacket pulled taut over his shoulders. Check Taehyung position right now. Where is he? Hoseok's face went pale as he traced the signal from the watch. He's not at college, boss. He's in the market district. The signal hasn't moved in 15 minutes. Market district? Jungkook's voice was a low growl. Class ended an hour ago. He should be home. Hoseok quickly forced an audio link to the watch's microphone. But all that came through was the distorted, heavy thumping of a loud DJ's bass and the screech of chaotic crowds. Jungkook didn't wait for another word. He grabbed his holster, his eyes turning into twin shards of volcanic ice. Jimin, Yoongi, with me. Hoseok, stay on the comms. Don't you dare lose that signal. If he's in trouble, you guide us straight to his throat. Within seconds, the three men were out the door, the screech of tires echoing against the concrete walls of the base as they tore out into the evening, racing toward the market district with one singular, terrifying focus. Following the precise tracking coordinates provided by Hoseok, the heavy black SUV pulled up to a dimly lit, neon-soaked alleyway in the heart of the city's infamous club district. Thumping bass rattled the windows of the vehicle, and the surrounding streets were packed with drunk university students and partygoers. Jungkook stepped out of the car, his brow furrowed deeply in complete confusion. He tapped his earpiece, his voice dark and dripping with suspicion. Hoseok, are you absolutely sure about these coordinates? Recheck the signal right now. On the comms, Hoseok double-checked the live tracking system. Location confirmed, boss. The transmitter in Taehyung's watch is pinging directly from your current grid. Jungkook gripped the steering wheel, his knuckles turning white. Taehyung has never cared for clubbing or nightlife. Something isn't right. Boss, look over there. Jimin suddenly interjected, pointing toward the side entrance of a loud, high-end nightclub. Jungkook's head snapped toward the direction Jimin indicated. His breath instantly caught in his throat, a sharp wave of raw panic and adrenaline surging through his veins. Near a parked car, a young man was struggling to support Taehyung's limp, half-unconscious frame, attempting to guide him into the passenger seat. Taehyung's head was rolling back, his eyes half closed, completely overwhelmed by alcohol and unable to stand on his own 2 feet. Youngie squinted through the dark street. Isn't that Taehyung's college friend? What's his name again? Kang Ha-nul, Jungkook hissed out through gritted teeth.